Namaste, family. So, I wanted to do a reading because, as I'm clearing my throat a lot, I found that the other day, I've been going through a lot of, it's not necessarily throat chakra, but I'm going through this whole kind of interesting esophageal energy that's coming through, that's almost protruding out or expanding the esophagus for breath. And when I tuned into this energy of this restructuring of the vocals and of the airways and the passageways, I was hearing the word meteor, and it was confirmed through a way shower that I connect with, something about meteors. And so I decided to look it up, and I had researched that there is a meteor shower that's coming through on July 27th. So this is the Delta Aquarids. Aquarids or Aquarids? Aquarids. Okay. There's a Delta Aquarids meteor shower that's occurring on July 27th. And for my way of doing things, meteor showers always bring in new codes. They bring in new light, new codes, new details, new functioning. There's always, whenever we have any sort of celestial event, such as like comets or meteor showers, there's always a new activation that comes forward. And it's really interesting. So when I was looking at where the Delta Aquarids originate, it's between the Aquarius constellation and the Capricornus constellation. It's smack dab right in the middle. And it really, to me, just by viewing where it is in the celestial mapping, is this precipice or the center point between, the age of the Aquarius, which is very much so a rebellious energy in the sense of standing up for who it is. It's a lot of taking our power back in the sense of what the Aquarian energy represents. And Capricornus, to me, Capricorn, I always automatically, because this is just the way I function, I immediately think of Saturn and Cronus, right? Capricorn itself has a lot of nice traits, really hardworking in its endeavors, right? Very material focused, depending on the vibration in which you look at it as, but extremely, extremely hard work. And so there's this line of coding that's coming through regarding our creation, regarding time. And also it's in regards to how are we standing in as our art, as our authentic form, and how is that being expressed? And it seems like there's going to be this magic that is sprinkled from the Aquariid meteor shower. So I wanted to do a little reading. I'm going to be using Radiant Rider-Waite deck. I need to get more decks, man. Time to expand. So to all of you out there, I hope you had a wonderful day at a time. And I hope you have a wonderful Galactic New Year. It's actually Galactic New Year right now, which is also my birthday. I am 33 years old. And what way to start it off than with a reading, right? So let's go ahead and tune into this. Let's tune into the Delta Aquariid meteor shower. And I apologize if I'm butchering the name. Could be saying it wrong. So what magic wants to be sprinkled on the landscape of humanity during this meteor shower? Okay. 2. 3. 4. And it's interesting, I'm hearing poppy seeds. So that's a message for someone. I don't know too much about poppy seeds. I'm not going to stop the recording to go into it. But poppies have been coming up. It came up with, for a few of us, poppies have been popping up. Right? Something in regards to wartime with the poppies as well. Okay, so anyways, Delta Aquariid shower, meteor shower. What magic is being sprinkled on us from this beautiful cosmic event? By the way, it happens every year. But there's something really important about it. And, you know, it's interesting because we're not going to, you know, for myself, this has been such a communication-focused time. Communicate honestly, stand up, speak your truth. That it's interesting that the way that it's hitting the throat, but it's also in regards to, you know, like, I know it's my own restructuring because I have a lot of energetic assistance that's coming through helping me to quit smoking and to purge and to expand my airways. But I also have this really throat-focused things, right? The throat being the bridge between heart and mind consciousness. Almost seeing the esophagus as a form of Jacob's ladder, a bridge into the higher realms. And this expansion in the airways, allowing more life force energy to come in. And so, you know, so through this restructuring, there's been a lot of vocalization. So I find like right now, we're going to find a lot more people speaking up and out. I know in my own community of beautiful, wonderful tribe, there's a lot more truth coming forward for ourselves, standing in our truth, vocalizing our truth. And the thing is, too, is the throat chakra is not all just about speaking. It's about embodying our truth, right? So I feel like this expansion, too, and the trails of this cosmic dust that's being sprinkled on us is going to really facilitate in how we are embodying our truth. How are we standing in our truth? Okay. Interesting. So I'm not going to do reversals in this, but fascinating. 6 of Swords. This is really about, and this comes back into this, I mean, what do you want to focus on your new journey, right? Because it's so fascinating that this shower comes through at a time on the day after the Galactic New Year, right? So then it's about where are we heading to on our journey, right? The expression of this void space that we encountered in the day at a time, and then we've got a moon that is void, of course, tomorrow. And I think this is the longest void, of course. It was Russell that was saying it's 44 hours and 55 minutes long. Is that navigating this new pathway is where is your focus, right? It's a lot of just turn away from that which deceives the soul, the higher heart, hearing higher heart, and the higher self. And the higher heart in itself is this representation of how we are communicating our love and our peace through the world, right? How are we communicating our love and peace to the world? But this is a part of clarifying your own pathway, right? What is your pathway? As you're sailing the seas, what is your navigation point, right? What are you turning to, but turning forward into as well, right? There's this essence of the future coming forward now and meeting us right where we're at. Future aspect of self guiding us on the journey. We can almost see this as the future self guiding us into another trajectory. So are we going to allow this future self to come forward and to mature us, right? To mature us. High Priestess came out as well, right? And it's fascinating because this reminds me of earlier we were talking about the High Priestess being beyond the veil, and she's not going to show herself fully until we receive the keys. It seems like for this, there's going to be an unlocking of wisdom, of guardianship, and of divine secrets that's going to come forward on this meteor shower. It's going to be an activation of our high magic, an activation of our really deep intuition, but also a recognition of how we can balance polarity in our lives. You know, as you see, she's sitting firm in between the shadowy realm and the light realm, right? She's very balanced in her stature, but also deep in her knowing, pure in her presence, very balanced, very fair, and holds a lot of integrity. And it seems like this is going to be a time where we're embodying more integrity. There's going to be solutions coming on this meteor shower too. I'm hearing solution-based focused for ascension and for recovery, right? And I feel like a part of us recovering our DNA and recovering our blueprints, recovering from the genetic distortions and the ancestral lines, is that there's going to be a new level of us finding balance through the DNA recoding. Okay, so it's fascinating because I found that there's been this really big softening of the energetics. I was, tapped in for a while a lot into galactic gates. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'll bring that up later. Thank you. There was this these galactic gates and these cosmic gateways I was connected to, where we would just get pummeled every single day by energies with zero time for integration, right? And I feel like there's a softening on that expansion and that expression, and allowing for a really nice soft integration. It's like there's this gentle presence that's coming forward and allowing for the cellular rewrite to occur for a proper integration, and allowing the physical body to restructure. Awakening and ascension shouldn't be pummeling and shouldn't be grueling on the physical body. It really shouldn't. There's a balance point in what offers us an opportunity to keep our channels open. And when the energies are constantly funneling through and pummeling through for ourselves, it can get to a level where, especially, so like for myself, okay, I'm going to speak this out because I feel like it needs to come forward and through. For myself, yes, I run a business. Okay. Like, yes, I have a business, but I don't have all the money in the world for all the expensive gadgets and toys to help me with physical body ascension, right? There are some people out there that are in, the New Age movement, that have really have a key for being able to sell spirituality really well, being able to format it and market it in such a way where they can afford really nice things, like a nice comfy home, really nice beds, nice pillows, things like that. And there's no judgment on that, right? But for someone who comes from more of a lower middle class side of things, and isn't, reigning supreme on thousands of dollars every single month, the supplements and everything that is needed to be provided for in the journey of physical body ascension and all these energetic symptoms, it's not as regularly available. So I feel like this energy is allowing right now a softening of the palate and a ripening of self that's allowing for an organic alchemical process. It's also offering a little bit of a subtlety so we can begin to enjoy the expression of awakening and of ascension again. When our sensitivity increases, our light body comes online, we're clearing out lower density matter from self and from the universe, right? This energy is really offering us an opportunity to find balance through this, and to really enjoy our harvest, right? 10 of Pentacles. There's something solidifying and sealing here, right? There's an ending that's coming to play through this. And the 10 of Pentacles, to me, it's very much so Tree of Life energy, actually. Seeing the Pentacles, it reminds me of the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life. And this takes me back to Yggdrasil, which is a very, the Yggdrasil, to me, the tree is the roots, the navigation point of our pathways, and all pathways lead back to the one. So for me, this is a restructuring on how we are becoming more wisdom focused in how we're navigating our journey, but also seems like there's new pathways that are opening up. There's going to be new opportunities and pathways unknown that we still have yet to travel. Interesting, coming back into the focus of our truth, coming back into the focus on where are we placing our focus and our attention on our navigation point, gifting us an opportunity to come into this balance and into this harmony with self so we can begin to actually navigate in a whole new way. Heart and soul focused rather than mental focused, right? And I'm being, I'm being drawn to the dogs right now. There's been this for myself, with the age of the rise of, with the rise of the age of Aquarius, a major focal point has been that the dogs are off the leash. The dogs are off the leash. That's what I've been hearing, right? And for those that look at the dog, right? The domestication of the dog has created loyalty between man and dog, but it's also created containment. It's created control and domestication of a species that once was wild. So the dog itself comes from the wolf family. And the wolf family, very primal, very community-based, very community-focused. The wolf can travel in a pack, and it can also travel alone. The medicine of the white wolf came up to me yesterday after one of my activations. And it really is about coming back into the primal essence of our animalistic nature, right? And even today, I had a moment where I was walking my neighbor's dog, and the dog got off the leash, got out of the harness, and it's a little Chihuahua, but this little thing was, trying to bite me and snipping at me and being all angry. And it's like, the dog's got his power back. It doesn't matter about the size, right? The bark matched the bite, and it was clearly giving me this message of stay away, honor my space, honor my boundaries, right? And that the loyalty redirection seems to be loyalty to self. The old constructs of the dog was being loyal to the owner, which for many of us could be loyal to the patriarch, loyal to family, loyal to government organizations. And what this is really about loyalty to self, loyalty to the essence, loyalty to the boundaries, loyalty to the love that we honor, and holding that space for us to be able to recognize that we're off the leash now and we're free. Now, with that freedom comes that for many of us, how do we now live and exist and express as this freedom, right? How do we travel as freedom? Another compass navigation point. Embodying the essence of freedom, how do we travel and move now? How do we navigate our own reality as freedom? Freedom of choice, freedom of voice, freedom of everything on all levels, freedom. And this is what the High Priestess very much so is providing for us, right? She's really smack dab in the middle of this, She's in the middle of this reading right now, holding this space for new journeys and for wrapping up cycles. But this completion here it's a harmonious and a celebrative completion. The completion that's coming through from this meteor shower and the codes that are anchoring right now is very much so a balanced and, because there's been completions in my own journey that have felt they were sad and there was mourning to them, but this seems to be a celebration of an ending and a celebration of new. A celebration of new. I'm also seeing these pentacles now as the meteors and what's showering down. Golden coins, right? Abundance. But the abundance itself doesn't feel like it's a material wealth. It feels like there's a new kind of wealth that's coming down the pipeline. A new kind of wealth. It's an organic wealth. It seems to be tools, keys, and codes to unlock that monetary or the material. Yeah, it seems like there's going to be something provided in the coding of that experience of the meteor shower that's going to unlock something within our DNA to bring forward. So then, universe, I'm going to, no, I'm going to put that back because I wasn't done with the question. Universe, what's coming through these downloads, these star codes? Because you see there's little stars, the pentacles, they're star codes. So what are these star codes bringing forward for us? What are these star codes bringing forward for us? These pentacles. And so please, if you have the availability to take a moment to on July 27th through, gosh, I think it's going until August. Look, I'll have to post it up online after I look to see what the end date is. But definitely take a moment to go outside and connect to the Aquariid meteor shower. Ooh, I like this. Emperor. The Emperor card. It feels like this is a moment for... Oh, man. This ties into the message I got earlier. Because I was hearing there's going to be some political controversy that unlocks. There's going to be some sort of controversy that comes up. I feel what this is, it's a restructuring of the patriarch. A moment for the patriarch to reflect. To recognize its power, knowing, hey, I've got the whole world in my hands, right? Look at how much power I hold. Maybe it's time for me to take some responsibility and to care for this world. Maybe it's a moment to let the past be the past and be able to invite in the future. It's very much so a celebration of a choice point for the hierarchical systems. You know, it would be different because I really like the feeling of the emperor over like Hierophant, for instance, because Hierophant always is about, you know, higher law, higher government, statute. But I feel like this is a moment for those that are holding a patriarchal order in place, or holding the patriarch to begin to review and to come back to this guy in this mother focus on recognizing, hey, I have the power of the world in my hands. How am I going to use this for good? It feels like a little bit of a wake-up call. Feels like a wake-up call. And it's interesting because when I was looking at this Ten of Pentacles, I was thinking it was more of an organic abundance, right? Organic abundance. Rather than money, it felt like it was more luscious, plant-based, nurture, Gaian-focused. And so it seems like this is going to be a moment to recognize, hey, I've got the power of the world in my hands, which isn't always a good thing. How can we begin to take care of planet Earth? Okay, so what else is coming through from this Ten of Pentacles that we need to know regarding this Aquariid, Delta Aquariid meteor shower? What else is coming through? Oi, Chenakai. What's going on with the Aquariid meteor shower? Do these cards want to talk? Am I going to have to pull a rune? I think we're going to have to pull a rune. Yeah. Oh, we got one more. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. This to me is very youth focused. I'm getting like it's something having to do with the kids. I think it's a moment where the children, the starseeds, this is very much so to me starseed focused, are going to wake up at a greater level to their power and the gifts that they hold. This has definitely been happening. The kids themselves have been waking up more and more. And, you know, I heard the song a lot this past year, The Kids Are Not All Right by The Offspring. And it was so heartbreaking always to hear that. I feel like that the seeds of this meteor shower are going to be focused on awakening the starseeds, awakening the youth to what they are in their divine royalty. Horses always represent freedom to me. So this is now coming forward to as freedom for kids. Another layer of freedom for kids. Right? Freedom for kids. So let's go ahead. What's at the heart of the matter of this freedom for kids? So we're going to start another reading because this is important. Whenever kids come in, because of the work that's gone on and my beautiful sisters that have been doing really wonderful work for the kiddos across the world. I know there's been brothers too, but my friends are all women that have been helping the kids. What's the heart of the matter for the children right now with this Aquariid, Delta Aquariid meteor shower and the star codes? What's coming through? I'm hearing blazing the unicorn trail, and I'm seeing this unicorn come out of the sky. Okay, the heart of the matter. Heart of the matter. Burdens. Burdens of the world. The burdens of awakening. I feel like what's happening right now, and this is interesting, when we were coming in with the softening of the energy, is like, yeah, we want humanity to wake up. Yeah, we want them to ascend. But how is it affecting the kids? And I feel like the burdens of the world are going to get dropped, right? Because it did come out in reverse. And I don't read reversals necessarily because it just messes me up. I just personally don't read reversals. Sometimes I do. Right now I'm not. And at the heart of the matter, I'm seeing that it's really about taking a moment to walk away, right? Focus on judicial systems, the burdens of judicial systems, justice systems, schools, especially. It's like they've been carrying too heavy of a load right now, and the heart focus is in lightening load for the kids, right? Giving the responsibility back to the adults, especially being a way shower child or a lineage holder of the kids. The kids come in carrying a lot of karmic baggage for the parents. And I feel like what's happening here is these codes are coming forward to really, yeah. It's coming over to bring a little bit of the weight, right? A little bit of the weight. And look at this. Look at this Lover's card, okay? So to me, what this is rather than this union, right? It's literally, it's like the divine letting the kids be naked and free. It's like, go be your wild self. Go have fun. This to me is such a beautiful essence of freedom, right? This is very Eden focused. Very Eden focused. It's like there's a renewal of energy, but an activation of Eden codes too from this. Bringing everything to a state of balance between Lilith, Adam and Eve, between God. There's this really, I can't help but get really soft, nurturing. There's just this mother energy coming through, like helping the children, but also helping humanity to come into greater harmony and greater union with them as the soul, them as the future self, because this is also coming in very much so as a future self representation. So whatever this union represents to you, union with Gaia, union with the stars, union with the planets, union with your gifts and abilities, right? It's coming into a sacred marriage, and for some people it might even be a sacred partnership. There might be some union codes that drop through this as well. I'm hearing rosemary and myrrh. So now might be a really good time if you connect with the, plant medicine in the essence of herbs or in oils. Rosemary and myrrh are going to be really good during this time for people. So I'm hearing rosemary and myrrh. The chalice sounds the 7 trumpets. The chalice of the mother, the silver chalice, right? It's the Grail. It's coming back to the Grail. And we just had it was Mary Magdalene Day the other day. And this to me is coming very much so back to the mother, the essence of the mother coming through and bringing through the codes of heaven to the children, to the kiddos, helping them to drop the burden. So universe, let me go ahead and clear the deck here since we're kind of going on these offshoot messages. What message can we bring forward to the kids? I know I don't have any kids that I believe on this channel. I don't know. But, you know, if there's parents watching, right? What clarifying message can we give? Because this 10 of Wands, this feels like the kids are carrying too much. They are. They don't need this much pressure, you know, and a lot of that's the weight of what's been going on in the world. And they're sensitive. These kids are sensitive. And sensitivity is not a bad thing, but they just need to refine their skills. Refine their skills and to remember who they are. So there's going to be an important focus. I feel like some people are going to start working with kids. I feel like some people are getting this green light through this passageway to start working with kids. To working with our youth. And that's a part of that elder and ancient wisdom that's been coming forward and unlocking more, is I feel like it's supposed to be focus on the kids. Helping them to express. I'm hearing that a lot. Okay. So what message do we want to bring out for the parents and for the children that have been carrying these burdens and carrying the weight of the world and their sensitivity? Thank you. Now I'm getting messages for myself. So what message wants to come forward? Yeah, I've got my own messages. They're telling me, you need to clean out your RV and all these things, you know. All right, I hear you. Thank you. Thank you. But right now, it's about the kids. It's not about me. Oh, it's about my inner child, too. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so all of our... It seems like our inner child is dropping some burdens, too. Not just the kids, but it's working with our inner child to allow us more room to play. It's like the mother, you know, there's this beaver energy that's been coming forward that I was talking about with Patrick, and this beaver energy was almost like a safe container for the child to express. And I feel like that's what this energy is going to be bringing forward, is it's not only the sweeping through of this cosmic energy and these star codes, but it feels like there's going to be this beautiful essence of mother energy. Aww. That's letting the kiddos play. Look at this, right? This is about the youthful essence. This is about a return to spirit, return to joy. Joy is such a key for enlightenment. So it's not only for the kids, but it's for self as well, right? This is really, to me, about soul family, right? And really sharing our harvest. Like these cups, the cups that they hold in the Six of Cups are filled with beautiful flowers, right? And it's like the harvest has been completed and decorated so beautifully. And this is really about sharing the gifts, right? And so for ourselves, as we unlock more of our inner child, we're allowing the children of the world to embrace their child essence too, and not to grow up too quick. No doubt 2020 has been a strain. 2020 and 2021 has been a strain on all of us, right? It's been a huge strain on all of us. And it is very much so, when we activate our youthful essence, we activate that within the children, but also the children activate that. It's a very reciprocal, very giving, loving, and kind feeling that's coming up regarding the kids. And it feels like they and us and our inner child don't need this so much as like the hardworking adult that's just walking away with everything, right? Just, I'm done. Think about how heavy that weight is. And this is really about lightening the load. Lightening the load. Sharing the gifts of beauty with the world. Sharing the gifts of Gaia with the world. Oh, I love the feeling of this. It's so magical to me. So magical to me. And then there's this highlight on the moon card, right? And, you know, as we're in between, we are kind of sandwiched in between two Aquarian full moons. There's something in this new moon that's coming forward too that wants to be highlighted, which is the 8-8 portal, right? I believe the new moon's on 8-8. There's something about this, an illumination and a rising up of self, rising up of our wild and free nature. But this wild and free nature of the white wolf, it's combined with this essence, right? So the freedom of like the horse and of the wolf and of that primality. There's also this really soft essence that's bringing it into balance. So it's like, it's a playful wild freedom. It's not this like scavenger, scour, primal, hunt and gatherer kind of freedom. It's paired eloquently with this mother energy and paired eloquently with the high priestess, which is very firm and bold and powerful, but very balanced, right? And I feel like the balance point of all this is with the mother, the child, the restructuring of the patriarchal energies from within, the refocus on Gaian focus and caring for the world, recognizing what it means to hold the world in our hands and how we can take better care of it, how we can heal the world in every single day, matched beautifully with this Lover's card and matched even more elegantly with this child spirit. It seems like there's an illumination of playful freedom with self, right? Go have your fun, go step into your play, go enjoy. And I really like that because you know, the age of Aquarius, as we're rising into our freedom, we're going to see a lot of that standing up and taking a stand and saying no more. But there's this really soft energy that's coming forward from the Queen of Wands here. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's really bringing this sunflower in. And the kitty cats and the kitty cats. I love this. I love this. This is very Leo energy too. I think there's this soft Leo heart and soft Leo soul that's coming forward through all this. That's really facilitating and awakening this. No doubt it's been extremely powerful. The Queen of Wands is a very powerful energy. But there's something very soft and nurturing and kind in this reading right now. And I'm really excited to see what star codes come out and what happens through this meteor shower. It feels like there's literally going to be a sprinkle of pixie dust over the landscape, and we're all just going to bathe in fairy magic for a few days, which is, if you've ever been high on fairy magic, it's a great energy to get lost in. And so I feel like that elemental essence and that fairy essence is just going to be sprinkled over. And I can even feel the unicorns right now. Whenever the unicorns come around, there's this tingling in the teeth. And so there's this unicorn essence that's coming through. It's very pure, very playful, very soft, but very masterful, right? So taking a moment to connect with your unicorn guides or to connect with your fairies, that's very much so the feeling in this right now, overall, right? And how this affects cosmically and globally all of us. It seems like no party gets left behind in this, right? No party gets, yes. 6 of Wands. Moments of celebration, moments of triumph, right? Moments of triumph. But this isn't about speaking too soon. This is not being cocky in your victory. This is about embodying your victory. There's a difference. When we can get cocky with our victory and we start to show off the victory to the world, right? And playing into the egoic victory. There seems to be this essence of feeling of victory and a feeling of rising up in the collective within all of us. And it might just be a seed. It might just be a seed. But it's going to expand and grow. But this energy of taking back your power and standing for who you are in this celebration, right? Is not a it's not a revolt. It truly is like this heartwarming, like, I've got this, right? I've got this. This is very much so too about joining your tribe. All the wands coming together to celebrate, especially with this union, right? So even, you know, even to highlight the focus of this reading, right? To highlight what will help to facilitate and bring in this, maybe go have a meteor shower party, right? Get some friends together, go sit outside and just go watch the meteors and share it and bathe in that essence of have a little rainbow party. Yep, have a little rainbow party. Have a little rainbow party. Meet up with friends, build some stuff, have fun with it. This is the overall theme, is how are we going to come together and work, right? And this seems to be, this essence that I'm feeling right now seems to be very, God, the energy of it, it's so agreeable. It's very agreeable. It gets along well. It's sustainable. It's confident. It's compassionate. It's really savory. It's like, it's truly a maturation too. It's like, it's the maturity of the child. It's not the wounded child. This is very much so golden child energy coming together and through, the divine child. And so I feel like this is what it's sparking overall, is the divine child within all of us. And then how do we come together and create in that divine child essence? I'm even giggling. I'm getting giggly right now. I'm getting giggly right now. Yeah. And I think the divine child is what holds the keys for all of us to come together and build our humanitarian projects. Right? And to join humanity. We join with the child. We join with the child as the child. Right? And the mother and the father hold that. They hold that field in place. But I feel like the Queen of Wands, this energy right here, is holding all of this in place. So the divine children within all of us can meet and we can go, all right, guys, let's play. What are we going to do? Because think about what that creative expression does. That creative expression of coming back to that divine child essence, it's very It's got a big range, a wide spectrum of possibilities. And that's what the Aquarius energy is. It's very creative focused, but it's also returning back to that essence of being able to do anything. No limitations, right? No limitations. No one to govern or rule. Now, there might be laws, because we still live under human laws and universal laws. But it doesn't feel like there's going to be something barking down barking down our neck or breathing down our neck with overview and oversight. It just feels like a very playful, harmonious experience coming through. So I'm really excited to see what comes through. I was hoping to get more detail on exactly what the star codes would represent, but it also started to tie in this really beautiful energy of a rebirthing of the divine child, and also a little glimpse into an aspect of what 8/8 is going to bring forward for all of us, right? Ooh. So anyways, we're at, 40 minutes. That was a long reading. All right, thank you guys. I love you all. I think I'm going to get to bed. I don't know. I'm not tired. I might do more readings. I might do other things. I'm really not sure, right? So I'm going to go play. I'm going to go sit in this essence for a little while. It's a really nice, beautiful energy to be in. So I'm going to go be with that. And then I'm going to go do something. So have a wonderful day, night, weekend, whatever it is. I don't know what's time anymore, right? So until then, thank you so much for your continued support. Donation links are in the description box. It really does assist in being able to keep these messages flowing and alive. I've also got an Amazon wish list because I need to get more decks. I'm running low on decks, so I've got an Amazon wish list. All the links are in the description box. By no means, there's no expectation, right? It's just there. It's just there if you want to support. And I love you guys unconditionally, and I will see you in another moment of the now. Namaste.